Disclaimer: all the character and incidents are fictional, everything is imaginary in this FF, so don't compare with your life, which is based on imagination, not on reality. The night was heavy, and so was your heart. You never thought your life would ended up like this. To marry a man everyone whispered about, the one they call a psychopath. But now you had no choice. You had to survive here. If you tried to run away, his father would, your father, without any hesitation. Jungkook stood in the front of you. His eyes were fixed on you. Why did you agree to this marriage? You could have just refused. You lowered your gaze, your finger twisted to the edge of your dress. I didn't have choice. My father, he owes me. If I refuse, my father would be. Your voice caught, refusing to finish the sentence. Jungkook tilted his head, his lips curled. So you married me just to save him? Yes, but that doesn't mean I wanted this. The air thickened, silence pressing down on you like a chain. His eyes lingered dark and sharp. Then suddenly his jaw tightened. His breath hitched uneven, as if his hand went to his head, like he was trying to rip something out of his mind. Not, not now, not tonight. You frozen, his whole body stiffed, his movements sharp and uneven, like something inside him was falling apart. He stumbled to the door and pulled it open, so roughly it almost broke. His hand trembled as he grabbed a small bottle of medicine, and you could hear his breath growing heavier and more. Leave, please, leave now. I'm going to lose control. Your leg refused to move, but your heart slammed against your ribs in terror. Do you want to see what happens when I can't stop myself? Before you could answer, he hurled the glass from the table across the room and it shattered against the wall. Don't make me hurt you. Get out, please. Your body trembled, but your lips parted. If I leave, my father will. His teeth clenched, anger and panic showed on his face as he punched the wall with his bare hands, breaking the plaster. Blood spread across the cracked wall and dripping down. You gasped, your body shaking. You didn't even move. Your voice was soft but steady. No, I'll stay even if I'm scared. I'll stay. For a moment, Jungkook just stared at you, breathing heavily. The wild look in his eyes changed into something else disbelief. Then, with his shaky hands, he finally put those pills in his mouth. He leaned heavily against the wall, sweat running down his face, blood stained his knuckles. Whenever I lose my control, you just leave me, please. Promise me. You shook your head, tears breaking your face, your eyes, but your voice stayed steady. My dad told me never leave you. If I ever try, he will be the one to pay the price. You really don't understand. To you, that's exactly how it was planned. The wall, the medicine, the fear, everything. I wanted you to see what kind of man you married. When Jungkook finally walked out of the room, the silence hit harder. His voice, then his voice. Oh my god. Your breath shook as you sank into the edge of the bed, pressing your back hand on your chest. You hated yourself for being so terrified, yet you couldn't deny that his anger had just shaken you to the core. The way he had looked at you, the way his voice dripped so dark, you had never seen something like that before. your lashes brushing against your cheeks as your eyes blinked open. There was the first thing you felt warmth of something someone beside your body tense immediately. You turned your head ever so slightly and then it was you saw he was Jungkook. His feature was soft but sleepy. His lashes rested gently on his skin. His chest raising and falling steadily. In that moment, he didn't look like a man who had just scared you to the death last night. He looked almost like a normal human. But the memory of shattered glass and bleeding knuckles rushed back on your mind and your heart raced. You pulled back a little carefully not to wake him up, but the moment you moved, a strong hand shot out and grabbed your wrist. Your breath caught in your throat. His grip was not harsh, but it was firm enough to keep you there. Where are you going? You swallowed. Your lips parted, but no word came out. I'm sorry about last night. I'm really sorry. You just died and you didn't know how to answer. His voice sounded sincere, yet you could still hear the echo of his anger from only a few hours ago. You slept without even changing your gown. I I didn't have courage. I was too scared to move. His eyes darkened with guilt. His grip on your wrist softened before he let it go completely. He leaned back against the headboard, running his hand over his face. I didn't want you to see me like that again. But if it happened, just promise me you'll run. I can't. I told you if I run, my father. You stopped the word choking in your throat and you sighed. Then help me to not lose my control again. Teach me how to fight it. Help you? Yes, you were a doctor, were not a psychiatrist. How did he? You know? A smirk tugged at his lips, but it was not cruel. I know everything. You didn't need to hide it. So give me my diet. Tell me what to do. I'll follow you. You clear your throat. Okay, if you're serious about it, then I'll try. One thing, you have to be comfortable here. Don't be afraid of me. And if I make you uncomfortable, just tell me. You stay silent, unsure how to respond, but he caught your hesitation. I'll leave, change into something else, then come to downstairs. You nodded quickly, clenching the blanket tighter around you. He gave you one last look, and before walking towards the door, the moment it clicked shut behind him, you finally let out the breath you had been holding. Maybe I can change him, and if I can't, then I have to live with him the way he is. But at least when he's in his sense, he is respectful. Jungkook sat on the table, as to his father across from him. Jungkook, never ever be soft with her. Don't let that girl become your weakness. Jungkook's jaw clenched, but stayed silent. Do you hear me? I didn't make her your wife because I accept her. I made her your wife to take care of you, to keep you under control. Her father owed me, and she will pay me back until her last breath. But don't mistake that for love. Don't mistake her for a real life. The words cut through the air like knives. Jungkook's face curled on the table, his breathing sharp. At the moment he appeared at the staircase, you stepped mid-step. He looked as though he might explode, his hands trembling against the wood. And that's when, without thinking, you reached under the table and slipped your hand over. He clenched his fists, his body frozen, his eyes widened slightly as he turned to look at you. He blinked as he couldn't believe how your touch calmed him. He was a psychopath who has anger issues before you, and no one ever has calmed him like you before. Him itself was shocked at how your little touches calmed him. Jungkook lowered his hand slowly. He clenched his feet, losing your hold. Across into the table, his father was surprised, breaking through for the first time. His lips twisted into a fainted smile and formed onto the corner of his mouth. So that's how it is. He pushed the back of his chair and stood up, brushing off his coat. I suppose to have to leave then? I'll be going now. Jungkook was still staring at you, on your hand on his. The reality of what had just happened sinking into him. And somehow, with just a touch, you had done what no medicine could. The door shut behind his father and the silence wrapped the room. Jungkook's eyes didn't move from your wide searching. How did you do that? What? He blinked, brows frowned, as if he couldn't believe what he was asking. How did you do that? How did you control my anger? I don't understand. What are you saying? His chest rose and fell, his heart beat louder to his ear than the ticking clock on the wall. In the 29 years of his life, no one ever had made him feel the way you do. A single touch could calm him. The storm inside him, he almost hated how weak it made him feel, but at the same time, it pulled him closer to you. He inhaled slowly. I have to go for my work. I'll be back at night. Till then, stay at home. If you want to explore the mansion, ask the maid. She will help you. And wait for me. You blinked, stunned by his sudden gentleness. Before you could even reply, he leaned closer and his lips brushed on your forehead. You frozen. Heat rushed on your cheeks, your heart skipping wildly. You touched your forehead with trembling fingers and your lips curling into a smile. The maid guided you through the mansion and pointing at the grand hall and endless rooms. The place was beautiful, but it felt too large and too lonely. You trailed behind her. This house feels endless. How did you even remember which way is where? You get to use street, madam. But the library, this is where Jungkook sir spent most of his nights. When you entered the library, the air shifted, dustily. It's huge. I never have seen a library this big in a home before. He says books don't betray like people do. That's why he keep them close. Her words sink heavily into your chest as you wander slowly, fingers brushing along the spines, until something hidden caught your eyes, a small wooden box. You pulled it out quietly and the lid cracked open and you breathed out. Photographs, Jungkook as a child. his cheeks round and his eyes bright, clinging into a woman that might be her mother. But another photo tore in half. Only a small hand remained, Jungkook gripping a man's wrist. The rest was ripping away with anger. So this is the pain. This is where the storm began. Madam, that maid whispered slowly and you jumped. This is Jungkook sir's private collection. He doesn't allow anyone here. Quickly you closed the box and tucked it back where it found it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. The maid only gave a small note before guiding you out. It was now the midnight and you were waiting for him. The living room where when the mentioned heavy door swung open. You heard the footsteps. Your eyes widened. Jungkook stumbled inside with his white shirt tore and cut and crossing his arms. Oh my god, what happened to you? He smirked. Everyday work. Nothing you should worry about, wifey. He rushed forward, ignoring his words, grabbing his wrist gently, and he flinched. Sit down, please. He didn't fight. He let you guide him to the couch. You cleaned his wound with trembling hands, and when your finger brushed his skin, his gaze fixed on your face. It was so close. Your heart turned when his other hand quickly cupped your cheeks. He leaned in. Your lips were parted in shock, but you didn't pull away. Why can't I move away? Why does it feel right? He chuckled as you closed your eyes and let him do whatever he wants. And he pulled back, his forehead resting against yours. Why don't you hate me? You blinked rapidly, your chest tightened. Instead of answering, you pushed the medicine packet towards him. Take this. You need to heal first. He frowned, almost confused. Medicine? You nodded. Yes, you'll take them on time. I'll make your schedule from today and you follow it. Ah, you are really something. He swallowed the medicine without even arguing. His gaze never left yours, and for once the fire inside him felt tamed, and by not force, just by your touch. Few days later, it's been days since your marriage days that felt like a storm, fight, fear, and little moments scare, and now something else, something you couldn't name. You both started to come closer, and right now it was midnight, and you both were lying on the bed. Suddenly the bed shifted. Jungkook turned towards you, the presence filling the space between you like a fire meeting air. His arm brushed yours, the warmth slipping through the blanket. Your breath hitched when he gently caught your wrist and turned you to face him. Your hand landed on his chest, right over his heartbeat. The closeness was overwhelmed. His gaze held yours, dark and searching, as though he was trying to read every secret in your soul. I have been trying to control myself these days, but I can't anymore. Every night, every moment, you are in my head. I don't know what you have done to me, but I feel different. I'm not the same when you are this close. Your heart raced. So, who told you to control yourself, Jungkook? He smirked. His hand slipped, cupping your jaw so it made your chest ache. I can't hold back anymore, not with you. And then he closed the gap. When he finally pulled back, his forehead resting against yours, his breathing was uneven. Tomorrow I'll take you to your father's house. You haven't seen him in days. I'll make sure you do. Your eyes widen. Are you serious, Jungkook? He nodded, and without thinking, you hugged him. Thank you so much, Jungkook. OMG, I'm going to meet my family. Oh. Don't thank me, wifey. I don't need your thanks. I just need you. And I'm here right in the front of you. He chuckled, and you smiled. Place your head on his shoulder.